My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Probably also going to share this on Facebook. The following video is a two-parter. It is not for children, so don't let your kids watch this. To my 25 followers, thank you. This is probably going to be god-awful offensive, so if you have a closed mind, this is definitely not for you. It's going to touch on some racism stuff. It's probably not a good idea if you're hypersensitive like me when it comes to racial stuff. You probably shouldn't watch this video at all. No. Push my multicultural colored hair to the back. Alright, so this is gonna really get racist in situation wise, but as it is slightly racist, without a question of a doubt, that it's more closer to truth than non-truth. So you guys know that they found the teacher and this girl. They're talking about that on my local news right now. Now, I don't know how to say this without it being racist. No matter how I slice it, it's gonna come out racist. But there are very different perspectives in life, ethnicity wise. And, black people, we know, and I guess Asian people know that it's only certain things that you can do in your countries or in our country of America that will make you say, what the fuck were they thinking? Alright? Black people, we know for a fact that we don't do the things that white people do because we know we can't get away with it. And every time that a black person does something, most black people, we look at the news differently than white people. When we look at the news, we're like, Lord, above all else, please don't let this asshole be a black man. Now, the reason we say that is really quite simple is because what one black person does reflects all black people in the eyes of people who are not black. Whether you are Asian or whether you are white, whether you're Mexican, which technically you're still Asian, um, they make us look bad. And so when a black person does something significantly stupid, the rest of us have to suffer for that. When a black person has a nigger moment, the rest of us black people, we get royally fucked because everybody who's not black will look at a black person for that one action that a black person does, and they'll be like, well, you know what? The rest of them are just like that one guy. And that's a stereotype that has hung us from the rafters for fucking ever. Alright, I'm gonna give you a pure example. 9/11. It was the one thing that you could not blame black people for. Because black people, we won't fly unless we have no choice. Like, okay, we can't drive to China or Japan. We can catch a plane there, we can catch a boat there, and most of us probably opt for the boat. But then you got to think about black people really don't like water other than bathing and drinking. We don't really like water. And not all of us are going to jump on the first cruise to China or Japan unless we really, 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 really want to go there. Same thing with a plane. No one really wants to sit on a plane for 13 hours. Not too many black people are really down with that kind of stuff. Entertainers, yeah, because that's our job. Hey, somebody gave me a contract today to go to Japan for like 3 months to take a photo shot. Yeah, I'm going. Sign me up right now. I'll go. Make sure my check gets cashed. I'm there. I'll gladly follow through with my contract. 3 months in Japan just to shoot videos all damn day? Oh, hell yeah, I'm down. Really, that's an open invite. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Asian people probably only do what this teacher has done in their country. They don't come to America and kidnap their students and run amok. No, that's just not something that they do. Native Americans, they don't do that shit either. And since I'm part Native American, I guess I can vouch for us. We fight for different causes, like keeping our children on the reservation, or the pipeline that Donald Trump just gave us the finger on. Where, when a white man kidnaps his child, that's old hat to white people. It's not something that they um, look on the news and say, God, don't let him be white. They pretty much know it's going to be a white person. And as upsetting as this is going to sound, sometimes y'all get away with it, and sometimes y'all don't. And Black people, we know that if we do something like that, we going down. Especially if we don't kidnap someone who's the same color as us. If we kidnap a white kid, you can pretty much hang it up to It's a Manhunt and somebody's gonna put a bullet through your fucking head. So it's probably not a good idea to do that. No. And as a person of multiculturalness, because I don't have the right to be a racist, I do have the right to ask the stupid question: is that when white people come on the news, do they watch it like black people and say, "Lord, don't let him be a white guy," or do they like, "Oh yeah, it's a white guy. Fuck it, we're good." I just really want to know the answer to that because it's a racist ass question, and I'm sorry, I am sorry, but it has to be asked because no one has the balls to ask white people when you guys cut on the news. Do you expect someone who's doing something exceptionally stupid to be a white person? Black people, when we cut on the news and we hear something that's exceptionally stupid, we pray like fuck that it is not a black person. Because we know within that whole psycho clusterfuck of what's going on, like with the fucking Facebook killer, that dumb son of a bitch. Once we found out he was black, we knew it was a wrap for us. You know, it's the same thing with 9/11. We were off the chopping blocks, and they had put on um, the Indians with the dots, not the feathers. They put them on the map for a little bit, and then along came Lee Malvo and Muhammad, the DC sniper motherfuckers, and put black people right back on the map. Then we got past that. Somebody white did something stupid, and then some black guy with an SUV tried to blow up some shit in New York. Again, black guy, but he's a Muslim, so now Muslims and black guys are on the motherfucking map again for dumb shit. So when we watch the news, the first thing all black people in every black home. Now I'm not gonna say African people because they're from Africa. You know, they're black, but they're from Africa. They don't count as black. Okay, so let's get that straight. Because Africans have told me, except for like the 5 African friends that I actually have, they have told me, they don't really like black people. People from Trinidad and Tobago has told me Africans don't really like black people. So I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone who's actually African. I'm sorry. I don't have nothing against you. It's your people that have something against me, especially because I'm a half breed. I even get the fan from them. But do white people get on TV at home and cut on that TV and say, "Wow, don't let it be a white guy"? Probably not. But for us black people, we know the ramifications of one of us doing something stupid affects everyone's outlook on us. I'm James Williams Jr. Just come for having number 2. Please think about that. Be seeing you. The second part will be coming up. I gotta go switch my pizza rolls over.